Ladies and gentlemen, this is internet personality Vangelus, and this video is basically some B-roll that I shot as a supplementary video just in case it worked. This was me doing my very first attempt at applying the decals on Backdraft, except what you're seeing right now is my better attempt that I did afterwards. I wanted to put this up front so you could see, like, a better way to do it before you go through the, 14-15 minutes of me going, I don't know if I'm doing this right. So, basically, you need some cold water in a cup with a little bit of soap in it, and you use that to clean the surface and then to lay a base coat of soapy water before you lay down these stickers using some tweezers. These are kind of like screen protectors for PDAs or smartphones. Who knows what a PDA is? Only they're very sticky, so you really don't want to touch the sticky backside, and you don't want to put it down on anything once you've taken it off the backing paper, except for that water-coated surface. And then you do some squeegeeing. I used a Q-tip. In the video, I use a very fuzzy-ended Q-tip a lot of the time for the dry end. I actually found if I wetted both ends of the Q-tip and let them dry out a little bit, there was less chance of Q-tip hair getting underneath the decals. So maybe do that before you go all whole hog with your Q-tip squeegeeing. And if you have a better thing to squeegee with, go for it. As I said, this was, for the most part, me trying this for the first time, and then what you're watching right now is me trying it for basically the second time. For posterity. Also, my hand's directly in the way of anything useful here. Thanks, me. So, putting these stickers on is not all that hard. It's just not anything like anything I have done with a Transformers toy. These are not water slide decals, really. These are sticky. They just need the water coat underneath to sit properly and to sit cleanly and to sit without fingerprints or oils or hairs or stuff getting underneath them. And the water coat lets the stickers kind of float around a little bit if you need to shift their placement slightly once you've first laid them down. The final finish is okay. I was able to get most of the air bubbles out of these things, and nothing stuck out to me. Once I let the figure sit for a while, I think that helped a whole ton, much like with a screen protector on a phone. Once you do the full application and everything you can, if you just let it sit for a bit, there's a small amount of self-evening out that it does. This is certainly a weird process, and one that I wanted to share now that the video's all done and dusted, so check out my first attempt. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a very hot day here in Toronto, and that heat makes me think of fire. Fire makes me think of fire trucks, and you could say it's so hot in here, there's risk of a backdraft. This is Ocular Backdraft. This is for the review. I'm actually filming this as a separate video just in case it goes well. The stickers on this guy, they're weird because they mention things about needing water for their application. They mention using a squeegee. They mention cleaning surfaces, etc. So I'm going to try doing it all here live. These are the instructions where they say all of those strange notions up at the top. There are two different kinds of decal options. I'm doing option one because basically I'm just going to try to do the door, and then that's probably about it. I don't really want to do these ones. I just want to see how these actually apply, because I'm still curious about it in this year of our Lord 2016, July the 13th. In fact, I'm getting ready to go to TFCon Toronto, tomorrow. So it says to clean the surface. So I got some Q-tips out, and I figure the soapy water mentioned, that could also be used to clean a surface. You don't want to have, straight up soap all over it, but I'll dab it off here on the Kleenex I have. But if we're putting it on the door, I guess just, give this a little wipe. Just a little bit of a wipe. I'll use the dry end to just wipe that back off. I don't know if they actually mean for you to use, a rubbing alcohol or something. This is a painted door, so I can't imagine I would want to use a rubbing alcohol. That seems like it would be a bad idea. I'm guessing this is just you want to try to get all of them finger oils off the door. That is a motivation that makes more sense to me. Let's give it a scrub. And then, the instructions next say to coat the surface with slightly soapy water after removing the thing with tweezers. I feel like you might want to do that the other way around, to be perfectly honest. So how are we going to do this? I guess I'll stay out and wide for now. Get the soapy water. Coat it lightly. So I guess like that. And then just a little bit of this here and there, maybe a little bit more water. It seems like a light coating to me, maybe too light. I don't actually, I've never done decals like this where They're not water slide, I don't think. But they are still requesting the use of water. I don't know what, you know, balance. I don't know, there's a bubble on there. Let's do that. Okay. So, I want to apply one of these little symbol thingies. So I want to use tweezers to pull it off of here. Because these feel sticky-backed. Oh, you know what? This must be like screen protector material when it mentions squeegeeing that I'm just now realizing. The last time I've heard the word squeegee was in regards to screen protectors. Maybe that's what they mean? It's on there now. I don't know if it should be on differently. Oh, hey, here we go. Because it's got that water underneath, I can kind of play around with the placement a bit more. At least that's my theory. Maybe I'm completely wrong. I'm going to drop that same disclaimer I've dropped in V-Builds about, you know, careful stuff before. I'm doing this, I'm looking at what I'm doing through a wire and a light in front of my face. You probably would be better off not having those two things in front of you, between you, more so, between you and the toy when you're doing this stuff. Now if I get in here and use this Q-tip to, like, I guess roll the water out from underneath? Is that a bond formed? Maybe. I don't know, it seems to have worked. It's kind of just like a sticker still. There's actually a bit of a disappointing border along the edge. I don't know. That seems like what we're supposed to do. I'm gonna try one more. I'm gonna do one over here. The Portland Fire symbol. So let's give it a wipe down. This is where it goes, right? Yeah, right up in here. This will be my cleaning pass, I guess. Alright, then grab some more of the soapy water. Just smear it on where the sticker's gonna go. Grab some of the stuff off the bottom. I think I'm doing it right. Nothing terrible has happened so far, that's the main thing. Guess we'll see. So these Portland Fire stickers are basically identical. Should get my focus over to where the stickers are. Alright, I'm going to try to align the corners here. Also put my focus back onto what I'm working on. No! Okay. Let's see. This seems about right. I'm squeegeeing it with a wet Q-tip. I use the dry side. That seems to maybe make just a little bit more sense. Yeah, it seems alright. It's just got, you know, this border that... On this one, the border is disappearing a little bit more down here. But it's not disappearing up there. I wonder if I could do anything to get the border to disappear on this one. Although, if this stuff is like screen protector material, I remember with screen protectors I've applied in past that they kind of even themselves out over time as well. So maybe we gotta wait and see how these look after a little while. Yeah, I don't know. Should I? Maybe I'll try one of these ones for the feet as well. Because there's two of them actually. There's a split right there. It seems like the risky one to do. But then maybe it'll have the greatest payoff? Let's keep... You know what? It's my responsibility to do everything I can with this review copy of the figure. Alright. When I got a review copy of Cyclops, I threw him into a bucket of water. The least I can do is apply stickers to a review copy of Backdraft. Let's do one more light soapy water dosing of this surface. This is a die-cast surface, I believe, which is sort of making it... I don't know. I don't know if it's playing nicer or just playing differently with the water. But something's up. Alright, let's do this one first. Come on. Get off your backing paper. It's taking the backing paper with it, is the problem right here. We needed to not do that. There we go. Found the divide, and I think there's a hair stuck under it, but there's nothing I can do about that right now. So let's just line this up. Like, hey, getting a hair stuck under a screen protector. It's like the story of screen protectors, isn't it? It's literally part of the hero's journey of a screen protector. This doesn't seem to line up quite right. That and that, but that lines up with that jagged part there. So why have I got some overhang down here? Like, I would think that lining up the part that is going over the break up here, like right here, would be paramount. Oh, now it lined up better. Okay, I guess I just screwed something up the first time. Let's squeegee you in. Like, I gotta imagine they mean, when they say squeegee, they mean doing something like what I'm doing here. Because it's not like you could take one of those screen protector squeegees and, like, jam it in here. That doesn't make any sense. As of the recording of this video, by the way, I have not seen anyone really talk about anything regarding the stickers except for, like, one review comment on a feedback thread that basically just went like, I think the stickers suck. And, you know, I couldn't take much from that. I didn't quite know, like... Because the stickers suck, right? There's a lot of layers to that kind of feedback. That could mean any number of things. It could mean they just don't apply very well. It could mean the process to apply them is frustrating. Which, both of those things seem equally likely with what I was presented with when I saw Backdraft's stickers the first time. I'm still not sure what the answer is. And I'm doing it right now. And I really don't know what I think about these yet. Like, I gotta see the end result. If you're seeing this, then that means that the actual review is already up, so hopefully in there I've talked about the end result. If I haven't, then, you know, what was I doing? Probably really distracted by going to TFCon is what I was doing, but neither here nor there. I mean, it's actually really close to being here. It's in a couple of days. It will be literally here to the me who is speaking right now, but to the you who is watching right now, TFCon's probably already gone past. Unless I was really diligent about putting this up. Okay. Yeah, I'm just taking squeegee as give it a hearty rub down with the dry end of a Q-tip. This is the corners of the small one, like of the small third, are really not as... They are not playing as nice as the larger third on this particular part or version of these stickers. Like, there's air bubbles in this that I cannot get out. So at a glance, like, I think that's the way to do it. Like, you can see what I mean, right? Like, this one went on okay, this one not as okay. I'm gonna use a slightly damp Q-tip and Let's try to smash out some of the leftover on here. I'm guessing if this stuff is what I think it is, that being screen protector material, in the long run, if I do get fed up with either of these bubbles, I could just do the screen protector thing where you take like an X-Acto, pierce a tiny little hole on the bubble to let the air out that way, and then have like a sort of unnoticeable blemish on your sticker. Or at least less noticeable than a friggin' air bubble sticking up underneath it. But like screen protectors, I think I've got to let this stuff dry out for a little bit too, so I'm going to leave it there. But if you've been wondering how to apply the stickers on your Backdraft, then hopefully I've shown you the way to do it. If I haven't, then I apologize. So what I used some Q-tips. I used the stickers that came with Backdraft. I used Backdraft, and then I stuck some hand soap, just a squirt of hand soap in the bottom of this cup, filled it up with some cold water, and that's really how it went. Thanks for checking this out. I will talk to you later.